Jens, I was wondering if you heard the entire world cheer when it was announced that you had re-signed for Radio Shack Nissan and you were racing for another year.
I thought it was an earthquake. I thought it was the people cheering for me. Just kidding.
It was.
Yeah, I hope I can say that. Yeah, people were happy that I stay with that. You have to put up with me for another year in this world. Looks like I can't get enough of it.
And obviously, tell me, that was your goal, to be able to continue racing for 1 year. Is it limited to 1 year, or are you thinking even beyond that?
Well, I keep saying that very, very probably it will be my last year. But other people, including my friend Bobby Julich, goes, nah, stop kidding. I see you racing until 45, but no. I mean, we take it year by year, we see how it goes.
You've been seeing, as you've gotten older, you continue to get stronger. You're a main part in the race. Next year, you're going to be 41. Do you think it's going to be a continual development of being more powerful, or maybe starting to see some decline?
Well, to be perfectly honest, I'm afraid in about 25 days I'm going to be 41. So it's not even next year. It's like it's right there to 41. So, I mean, feeling good and strong was basically the main reason or the main criteria which made me decide to keep on going. If I would be bad, I mean, I believe I'm allowed to say that I had an okay career.
I think better than okay.
Well, I don't want to blow my own trumpet here, So the thing I want to avoid at any cost is that I go to a race, getting dropped every day, and then you can hear the young kids saying, oh, look at him, yeah, that's Jensi, yeah, he was a good rider before, but damn, he missed his time. And I don't need that, I don't want to go out like that. So, I mean, okay, I don't win 10 races anymore like I did in my best years. But I still believe I'm a vital part of the team, and I can still contribute and do my job in a way that people go, hey, Jensi, it was great that you were there. We couldn't have done this without you. And if people come to me like that end of the season, then I say, it was a good season. I was still part of the team,
How important was the support of your family in, I don't want to say allowing you to continue, but maybe helping in your decision to continue? Or was it up to you?
Well, no. I mean, my wife, she knows me, and she gives me a lot of freedom there to choose. So hey, if you feel happy, go there. If you feel happy over there, go there. I don't care. I want you to be happy and enjoy your life, because it's the same. It goes in both ways. A happy husband is good for the family. A happy wife is also good for the family. So it goes in both ways. You got to give each other a little bit of freedom there, and trust, of course. To take the right decisions. The kids, the little ones, said, oh, Daddy, stop, you should be home more often. The oldest one is turning 17 in 2 months. Well, he knows how much a PlayStation costs or games. He goes, Daddy, I think you're doing pretty well. Keep going, Daddy. So I for sure had the permission from my oldest son to keep going. The next son, 13 year, Julian, he just picks up cycling a year ago. So he also supported my decision. And I guess, my wife too.
Well, I guarantee there's a lot of fans out there to support your decision to continue too.
Thank you. I hope I make the people happy, and I hope I can keep entertaining you folks.
Always. Thanks, Jens.
No worries.
Right,
it was
cheers.
a pleasure.
Thank you. Levi, the first mountaintop finish, and that looked like it was a tough one. A long, hard chase. Take me through the day and how that final climb was for you.
The racing is actually quite negative. People are willing to gamble on their, let's say, second-tier riders. I guess I should be flattered by that, but we had 80% of our team working, and the guys did a great job. All I can say is we can only do as much as we can, and I think we did our maximum today. And a little bit surprised by TJ. He was really good. I wasn't quite on the wheel when he went. I got kind of closed off on the right side, and if I had been on the wheel, I don't think I would have lost time. But
so your legs feeling good in this final climb? I mean, obviously a big challenge. Tell me about the altitude and how you feel for the stages coming up.
Yeah, I think I'll get better and better. That's just my physiology, my age. I'll get a little bit better as the days go on. But now it's good. I mean, TJ will probably have the jersey. Hopefully BMC will control, and this race is far from over.
Still motivated to repeat as winner?
Oh, absolutely.
Good. All right, thank you, Levi.
Thanks.
Thank you. Chris, it seemed like a hard day. The break went off early on. Take me through the beginning part of the stage. You keep letting big groups go away, and there seems to be a little bit of a match between teams about who's going to do the work.
Yeah, I say exactly. I mean, we see it as BMC's job to do the work. We talked about it yesterday with, they of course have Chop here that's won Utah. So he's a good rider. They bring TJ, who can certainly time trial, and he can climb too. Of course, yesterday you saw Cadell lost time, but still they got two really, really strong guys. I know for certain with our team, we just don't have anybody fresh. Like we talked about already, I'm completely cooked from all the racing I've done with no break, and then the other guys who've taken a break, they took their break too close to here to be good. So yeah, it's BMC's job to control the race. They keep trying to put guys into the break, and so if they want to use their guys to put guys in the break, then maybe they're not going to have.
They're saying it's your job to control the race, but regardless, the last climb, your team.
Look, when you win Utah last week, and the guy that won Utah is here, and then you bring TJ, who can time trial, is here, and you bring a Tour de France champion who's here, your job is to control the race, period. That's common sense.
Well, TJ obviously showed that he had the strength. He won the stage at the end. For yourself and your team, take me through this last climb. I was very surprised that you caught that front group. How intense was it?
It was intense. I mean, all day we were pushing on the pedal, so certainly on the flatter sections you got a little bit of a crosswind. So it's not like you're just sitting on in the back drinking Cokes and having a party. You're really working hard back there, and then the last time going up the climb at this altitude, it doesn't take much, and everybody's at the limit. Certainly myself, and you see even with Cadell pulling at the finish there too, he's on the limit. Everybody would try to take an attack, and then they would just, as soon as they get up the road, they just die and come right back. So for us to bring back the group at the very last climb like that, you can see how much everybody was on the limit.
Definitely. If you did a quick glance at your SRM, what kind of numbers just at the very end?
I couldn't see it.
Cross-eyed?
Literally cross-eyed. I never looked down once. I didn't have the ability to look down and then turn around and look up and see. If I had to look down, I would have either crashed or I'd have been five bike gaps off the guy in front of me, so I couldn't look down.
All right, thanks a lot, Chris.
Thanks.
Go rest up. Thank you.
Van de Velde accelerated on your left side slightly. Did you see him start to come and then you kicked? What happened in that finale there? How'd you hold him off?
To be honest, I thought he was going to win. I mean, he was like tight, locked on my wheel the whole time, and I couldn't shake him. And once he started to sprint me a little bit, I was thinking it was game over, but I was going to try. But then at this elevation, you know, you go a little bit over, you can start to go backwards, and I think he just started to go backwards.
You guys have obviously come here for the GC. What do you do for the rest of the week to keep this jersey?
Oh, we have a strong team. I think we just need to do our best to control tomorrow, and then, you know, when we get to Beaver Creek and Boulder, that's you know, the GC can really shake up on those 2 days, so I just need to make sure to not let anyone get away.
Do you expect to see attacks on Independence Pass tomorrow? Do you expect things to stay together?
There's definitely going to be attacks. I expect Garmin to ride their brains out because that's what they've done from the kilometer one of this race.
Christian, a fantastic ride. That final steep climb, you were right there with TJ. Tell me about making the move to try to win that stage.
Yeah, I put it in the big ring coming around. Like, I knew it flattened out just a little bit, but our legs are already searing, and I knew that I didn't know what to do. I put it in the big ring and started going for it, but immediately I stood up and I had nothing in the tank anymore, and he came by me, and I had one speed.
Yesterday you said you were at your limit during that first hour during the stage. Today, again, a big break, a very fast start. Did you know you were going to feel so well at the end?
No, I didn't think I'd feel so well, but sometimes it takes a little bit to get the carbon out, and I think there was a little bit in the air with the smoke yesterday at the start, and I think a lot of people had asthmatic trouble, so I wasn't alone by any means.
So feeling motivated now for the next stages because you guys are in a good position?
No, we're in a great position. We're going to continue to be aggressive in this race. We're animating the race and making it hard, and we'll continue to do the same.
That's all anybody's talking about, you guys animating.
No,
Keep it up.
That's fun, thanks.
Thank you.
Welcome to Race Radio from the 2012 USA Pro Challenge. I'm Joe Lindsay. I'm here with Frankie Andrea. We are here at Mount Crested Butte, Colorado. We got Mount Gothic in the background, the ski area where they hold the U.S. Extreme Skiing Championships every year. And today's finish was pretty extreme, huh, Frankie?
Yeah, well put. I didn't know they had the extreme skiing here. But yeah, today was fantastic. I mean, the first two stages of the USA Pro Challenge have been fabulous. Yesterday, the break going and the chase all day long. And today, the exact same thing. 6 of the guys that were up there were all on the same time. I think 5 of the guys were also in the break yesterday, all of them with a different objective. And so really came down to what teams were going to chase, and I was surprised. Russ Velo was chasing.
Yeah.
Champion was chasing. Some other teams.
United Healthcare was a Pro Continental teams that were chasing.
Yeah, I knew it was very surprising. And so one team that's kind of playing both cards is Radio Shack. I mean, they had Jens Voigt up there, but then Jens started sitting on. So Jens isn't pulling in the front, and Radio Shack's not pulling in the back. So they're playing kind of both cards to kind of put the pressure on BMC. And honestly, I believe that break would have made it if BMC wouldn't have chased just at the end.
Yeah, BMC put some guys on with about 20K to go, and that's really when the gap started to come down. I think the Pro Continental teams definitely held the gap steady, but weren't really bringing it back that much. And then when you saw BMC get on the front, it was like boom, instantly. It went from 4 minutes to 3 minutes, 2 minutes, 1 minute, and by the bottom of the climb, they were just overhauled.
No, it was incredible. And then I wonder if Matthias Frank is upset that TJ Van Garderen actually chased him down, his own teammate. But in the end, TJ was fabulous. I mean, super strong legs. Van de Velde, got to give him a lot of credit. The only guy to be able to stick with him. So right now we have two guys tied on the general classification. Obviously TJ and Christian, and behind that, the top 25 guys are still only 30 seconds apart. So a super tight race leading into tomorrow.
And there's some heavy hitters in there too. I mean, you've got Leipheimer, he's at 8 seconds. You've got a bunch of guys at 12 seconds. You've got even some Radio Shack guys like Claude lurking at 18 seconds. Tomorrow's stage is an exact reprise of last year. We go from Gunnison to Aspen. It's a very long, very hard stage. Last year we saw George Hincapie actually take the win.
I didn't expect him to win last year.
We did not expect him to win last year.
Yeah.
We would not expect him to win this year. But you know, it's a crazy descent. That's the big thing, is you've got this big climb up Independence Pass. It's really long. It's at altitude. It tops out at like 12,500 feet. And then the descent is really hairball. So especially if there's any kind of weather, then I think it could come apart on the descent. And that, I think, is where BMC has troubles, because they can control with strength on the climb. But if somebody decides to take risks on the descent, what do?
Yeah, I mean, they have a super strong team. And you know, last year, huge groups came over both of those climbs. The break actually went on the descent, where George was very aware and tactical. The separation happened there, and he won.
And TJ was very aware there, too.
Colombians are not going to sit around. I don't think there's going to be as much of a big group over either of those two big passes. I mean, we're going up to 12,000 feet. I mean, it's crazy high, dirt roads. You know, the Queen stage is the longest stage. Everything about this race is shaped up to really decide the GC. I see a smaller group coming into the finish, maybe 20 guys. It'll be those, I mentioned, top 25 guys are all within 30 seconds of each other. They want some more time separation. It is a downhill finish, and they're going to be thinking also about the next day, which is then another summit finish.
Yeah, you've got that summit finish to Beaver Creek after that. I think tomorrow is going to be good for TJ. It's kind of his home roads. His wife, Jessica Phillips, is from Aspen. She's an Aspen native. He spends a lot of time there. Obviously was very comfortable on it last year. I think for the Garmin guys, sometimes they're not necessarily known as great descenders, so it depends on what happens there for them. But I think we'll see the GC continue to consolidate, but who comes out on top, we're just going to have to find out.
And tomorrow there'll be points on the line. Today there was no points for the finish, so Tyler Farah has green. He's going to want to protect that green if he can get over to the mountains. Danielson with the KOM, but Matt Cook from Exergy is only 3 points out.
Right.
He's going to look to get into that break to try to get those KOM points. And most aggressive jersey, of course, up for grabs. And Dombrowski, another dangerous one. I mean,
Absolutely.
he has the Young Riders jersey, but he's thinking about switching out that whatever color that Young Rider jersey is to try to get that yellow one.
Yeah, and they're also looking for stage wins. You know, I talked to Axel Merckx, and he said it's obviously not their job to chase anything down, but they do want to make it aggressive. So I think tomorrow's stage is going to be pretty exciting.
Yeah, and the pressure just is now for sure. Before it was like it was falling on BMC's shoulders. Now for sure it's
really
on BMC's shoulders. But again, yeah, let's get to tomorrow. It should be good. Beautiful area here. Fantastic.
Fantastic. Crested Butte. Come ski. That's Frankie Andreo. I'm Joe Lindsay. That's Race Radio.